Well, hello. So this is it. Sorry for the cheesiness, I just had to do it. So this is the single car garage that we're going to be making into the new workshop, and today's video is going to be about the flooring, because I've got some flooring that needs to go down, and we're moving in this coming weekend. Today is Thursday. I had to think then. We're moving in this weekend, so before I can move any of my workshop over, I've got to get the flooring down on here, and then I can move the workshop. But something also to be aware of is I've sold my favourite bandsaw and I've sold my lathe, and I'm about to be selling my pillar drill as well. So I'm really going to go back to basics to try and make sure that this workshop is one that you guys can replicate if you want to, but it would still be worth doing. Do you know what I mean? I will get the final sizes on here, but I think it's like just under 5 meters by just under 3, something like that. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but I will double check that and make sure that it's down in the description. But yeah, so what I've got to do is I've got to try and move all this somewhere and get the flooring down. But the weather is not looking too clever, so I'm not enthralled with the idea of putting stuff outside. So I might have to do half and then do the other half. We'll see how we get on. Let's get into it. I've gone super widescreen now, so it looks like this is massive, but it's literally, I can kind of almost touch the sides if I use my stick and my fingers, so I can almost get there. Anyway, this is how a lot of YouTubers make their workshops look massive, by putting a really wide angle lens on. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all my wood over to here, and then depending on the weather I might bring everything over there over to this side. And then I've got 2 rolls of this thermo wrap, and I used it on the inside of the wooden door that I had in the last workshop, and it seemed to do a pretty good job. So I'm going to try using this as floor insulation, because it's just a concrete floor. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to rustle or anything, but underneath that, or on top of that rather, I've got some PVC floor mats to show you. And something else that's a bit more fun is that it's now 5 o'clock, and I've really got to get this done today. So I think what I'm going to do is do like this top end and all the way down that side. Well, like 2/3 the way down that side, and then I can move this stuff over there, that stuff there, and then I can finish that off. I think that's the plan. I'll come back to you when it's a little bit clearer. This may come as a shock if you're not used to this channel, but I've done absolutely zero prep or thinking about the process I'm going to do with this. So let me show you the chaos where we're at now. So we've got one workbench outside. You've got to hope that that weather looks a lot nicer on camera than it actually is. Don't forget we're in super wide mode still as well, so you know. We've also got that, which is the flooring on the pallet. We've got a table saw there, the Evolution saw that I did a video on the other day. We've got an old box that I'm using as a table there, and that's a load of sheet goods. We've also got that workbench right there as well. Like I say, this is all because it looks huge, but it really isn't. That is the broom I was just using, and that's it's over half the width of the garage. But I don't know if this floor is overly straight. I don't think it really is, but the floor tiles we'll be using are interlocking floor tiles from Garage Floors Direct, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm not doing this stuff for sympathy, by the way. It really does flipping out. But it's important to leave in. I'm not doing it to shits and gigs. It's important to leave in to know that, you know, this stuff isn't easy if you've got a bit of a dodgy spine, like I have. But we'll get there, because you can't let a little bit of pain stop you getting stuff done. Right, we aren't ready to lay this quite yet, but I figure I'll have a look and see what's in the packaging. We can then take things from there. Whoa, look at that, look. Well, it's certainly well packaged. So we've got some, I've chosen grey rather than black. Everyone gets black. These are kind of quite hard to touch, but they are, well, I'll show you more about these in a moment. Oh, got a free gift. Persuasion stick. First things first though. Ow. Let's get this stuff going. Well, if there was ever an argument for phone cases, that was it. My iPhone seems to be in good nick still. To make things extra fun, by the way, this wall is a party wall, so this goes on to the neighbours. This side is not attached or anything, but this side is. So I've got to try and soundproof this as much as I can, but I've got to put the floor down first, and then I'll be building an entire wall with insulation and all sorts of stuff to try and soundproof things. I did have a massive leak that came through, and I put a load of stuff. If I can remember what it was, I'll put an image up of it now. I got it from Screwfix. It's a fiberglass thing that you sort of gloop on, and that fixed all the leaks brilliantly. So I've got a load of kind of white staining down the wall here where water had previously come down, but now it's okay. So I'm quite pleased about that. But there is still gaps right at the top of the brickwork there, so I'm going to have to factor that in when I rebuild these, or when I build the walls that are going to be the false walls that will be going over the top of this to install the sound stuff. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to have to work these around that, and then I will see what's cracking when I build the whole thing. Well, that's a bit troubling. That is, there's still a bit to go off to the end there, but I don't know, that's just one stripe. I'm going to need another 1.5, I think. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this insulation stuff to put down, but we'll make up as we go along. So I've overlaid 2 strips. I'll have to try and cut pieces for inside the little brick wally bits, but that might be just normal damp core stuff. And then yeah, I've got sort of half a strip or so on this side, which you probably can't see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to silver tape down the middle here. I might put silver tape on the edges as well. Will that help? I don't know. Should I cut this around the bricks? I don't know. If I'm going to be building a wall there, I may as well just put sort of damp-proof membrane down there anyway, so I can just, yeah, I'll just crack on. I'm pretty sure that putting silver tape on a brick wall is about as useful as an ashtray on a motorbike, but I've done it. I should do all videos on my knees. No, that sounded wrong. I'm less likely to fall over though. Woodworking spaceman. OnlyFans, anyone? Again, putting this stuff down the side on the concrete floor. Chocolate teapot, but I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying. Yeah, it's not even pretending to stick. That was a pointless waste of time. Won't do that again. Right, so there we've got some coming down. So we'll see what happens with these bad boys. Now here we've got some runners for doorways and the like. They split in the middle. We'll look at those in a little while. I'm assuming these bits were just protective corners. We'll pop those there. Now, what's good is this big old unit. Let me measure it. That's about 1 metre square. So that's 4 individual pieces already put together. So it just makes it a little bit easier getting shit out there. If I fall over on camera, make sure you subscribe. There you go. And once they're lined up like that, well, that's quite satisfying. So that's the first 8 individual panels. straighten them up a little bit, like that. I think we can get 4 more on this side then. Oh, just noticed they go over that side a little bit. Woof. I'll figure it out. It'll be okay. It'll all be okay. I find that the best thing to do when you come up with a problem is try not to think ahead and deal with it when it happens. Apologies if there's been a load of footage of me with my mouth open. I'm sweating. Not that I sweat through my mouth, but oh, I'll shut up. There's a strong chance that this might come flying up and smack me in the face because my hand is not doing very well at holding on to things today. I think we're looking good. I've now got to move that stuff over here, that stuff up here, and then I can carry on. You get the idea though. I'll come back to you in a minute. I 100% should have looked on the Garage Floors Direct website to find out what you do in this situation, but the rain is really thinking about starting any minute now, so I'm kind of going to go at it and hope that I've got the right idea. So, measuring from an instep, that's 18. So if I put a little gauge at 18, like that, that almost instantly disappears. Well, I mean, that's great from a floor point of view, but it's a bit more challenging from a thing. Have I got a pen? I think because these are PVC, and I'll show you the backs of them momentarily, but I think because they're PVC, I should be able to pierce the top of it and then just fold it over. Cold flipping heck. This stuff is really strong. Right, maybe I am going to have to look on their website, find out how you cut it. Well, the rain started. It looks a lot bluer and bright. Oh, look at that, look. Lovely. Right, so I've got my line in there. You probably won't see it. Maybe if I do that, you might see it, but you might not. But, oh, I measured the extra because of the nubbins, you see. Let's get going. Well, that makes life way easier. Okay, so it's now 7 o'clock. So it took 2 hours with all the messing around to lay this floor. Now, I don't think that's bad, because when I did the laminate floor in the other workshop, it took forever and I hated every second of it and nothing fitted. Now then, if you are someone from Garage Floors Direct and you saw me putting these down, you would have been screaming at me at the start of this video. And the reason you would have been screaming at me is, remember when I started at this top end there? Yeah, that shouldn't have happened, because it meant that down the bottom here at the garage entrance, obviously I cut the line brilliantly with the table saw, may I add. However, these little wedge things are designed for the ends, and so they go onto they click into place, and I've done that down there, but I can't do that at the front end because I cut the ends off. But, and here's the really good thing with these floors, it's non-permanent, so when the weather is better, what I can do is I can just take out that rung of thingamajigs, of tiles, and I can replace them with those ones, and vice versa, and that way I can put the entrance slopey bit so you don't trip over on the entrance to that, which is going to make life super easy. I have got 3 lots of 4, you know, they come in 4, so I've got 3 of them left over. And I have got some gappage at the wall of about 3 inches, 4 inches, something like that. But I'm not going to worry about that today, because this is just so I can move stuff in. The great thing about this flooring is that, like I say, it's you don't have to do it all in one go, which is brilliant for me. I'm impressed that I've got as far as I have. I mean, I'm in agony now, but it's super easy to sweep up, even with this hard brush. Going to be super easy to keep clean, and obviously it's dead easy to move 18mm 8x4s. So, you know, we all have that problem with plywood, don't we? But yeah, you just drag things around and it just makes life a lot easier. So the nice people at Garage Flooring Direct did give me a little bit of a discount on here, and I have got an affiliate code. So if you want a bit of a discount on an order for doing a similar thing, check in the description below, and job's good. And I might get a little bit of a kickback on it. It's not going to be anything grand, but everything helps the channel. I didn't do this for that reason. I did this because I needed a flooring that is going to be less hard than concrete on my arthritic feet, and I also wanted to have some level of protection. So if I drop stuff, which I do regularly, it's more likely to bounce off this flooring than it is off the concrete stuff. Also, I forgot to show you earlier, but this is the sort of the back of them. So it's got this kind of crisscross pattern for strength, and it feels really nice underfoot, and it's got kind of a mottled thing going on. And I chose this one because it's easy to sweep up rather than having wood dust sort of stuck in between the the pimply ones and all that sort of stuff. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really good. It feels nice. And once it's all cleaned up, it's going to look even better. And once I've tidied up, it's going to look even better. But I've got a lot to do in this workshop, as I've said before. There's a bunch of videos coming out on this one. But now this floor is down, I can move a load of stuff from the other workshop into here. Another video, if you want to see about this flooring, it's the same stuff that Keith Rag and Bone Brown used, and I'll link to his video down below as well. But that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing me struggle on with this one. Made a couple of mistakes, but like I said, the great thing is it's not permanent. That being said, if you've got any other questions, please ask them in the questions below, in the comments below. I'm very tired, and I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.